Hey guys, welcome to another ReaperBlog tutorial. Today I'm looking at VUMT from Klanghelm. It was recently updated, and along with that came the new deluxe version, which was only a €10 upgrade or €22 to purchase outright. It's pretty cool. It has a lot of great new features. The original VUMT is a bargain at €14. That's something like $22 US. It's an excellent plugin, and it's something that I've been using for years on every mix and master that I do. So basically what this is a meter plugin, and it has a couple additional features to make your life easier. Meters, one for left, one for right. We can also set this to mid and side with the display button, and we can trim the volume of the left or the right or the side or the mid, all those things. When we're in left-right mode, we can link the controls so that left or input 1 affects input 2 the same way. We have different metering types, VU, DIN, and RMS. And then the calibration thing, we can double click here and enter any value we want. We can also drag up and down to set that. If I was recording or setting initial track levels for a mix, I would set those to -18. The output of my mix would be set to -10. And if I'm editing a podcast or one of these videos, it tends to be at -16. If we click this, we have a meter settings button. So there's a little wrench icon there, and this window pops up and we can configure everything exactly how we like. So this is great. A couple new features that are in this version, this update that came out this week. We can hide one of the sides. So instead of having a regular version of this plus a solo version, which was just all the controls on one, we now have this button that will collapse the window. And you notice when I collapse that, the left right MS switches, so we have middle, left right, and MS. And that so when it's on left right here, we have 2 needles. It's a little hard to tell. I'll put on hold. So we see a black needle, a red needle, and then the yellow needle, indicating what the peak value was, and it'll hold for the value that we set in here, 5 seconds here. Okay, so what else is new? There's also different skins for this. So there's the cream, the default. I'm going to expand this so we see it nice and big. Blue, woody, neon, brown, beige, green, and sky. Also new is this label option. It says type in some naughty stuff here. But really what you're going to be typing is things like vocals, and then it's a little easier to see which meter is what, especially when you have a bunch of them on the screen. And there's this one nice shortcut here. Click on Force Mono, and the track will now be summed to mono. It will reduce the amount of controls that you need to just the trim and the calibration. And we're going to see and hear everything in mono. We can uncheck that again, and then we can set this to left and right, and we got our stereo signal back again. So that's VUMT. Now let's look at VUMT Deluxe. It's a larger interface, but once again, we can collapse things down, make them quite small, and there we go. So this is as small as it gets, but we still actually have all the controls that we need. Oh, one other thing I forgot to mention there is that the interface can change sizes. So it defaults to 125%, but it can go up to 200%. So this is as big as the interface gets. And I'm zoomed out now. So this is taking up about 700 pixels or so. So it's a pretty big interface. 125 feels a lot more comfortable, and 50% on my 2K monitor looks a little small. So with the deluxe version, you get everything that's in the original plus a few more things like polarity inversion for left or right. You get mute options for the left or right. You get monitor options for left, right, solo, mono. You can flip left and right. So there are a lot of options right there. Again, you have the MS control. You have all the same options for the skins. I like this blue option. We have different VU types as well. So we have BBC, EBU, Nordic, and those are in addition to the VU, DIN, and RMS settings that we have. We can change a light or dark meter for each of the skins as well. So in the brown skin, we can have this dark or light. A lot more options, and these settings are saved per instance of the plugin. So pretty nice to have all these customization options. We also have these channel tools. So this plugin is more intended to be used on individual tracks rather than like I use VUMT, which is just putting on the monitor effects chain and never touching it at all. You can put this on individual tracks. As the first plugin, you can set your gain staging using the trim controls. So your track peaks at around 0 VU. And then you can use these channel tools to kind of dial in your sounds a little bit better right from the start in one plugin. So you've got high pass and low pass filters with 6 dB, 12 dB, or 24 dB per octave bandwidth. We have a basic dynamic EQ, single band, with a few different options, a narrow, wide bandpass filter, high pass, and low pass. We can solo the filter that will cause the compression there. We also have the mono maker option, which will sum everything to mono below this frequency. So everything below 631 hertz will be summed to mono. So we'll have a mono signal there below 631 hertz. And that is basically all I wanted to say, other than that it's got a really excellent user guide, which you might not need at all. But if you want to learn all about the capabilities of the plugin, stuff that I probably overlooked, there's also a standalone version of this, so you could use it with your media player and things like that. There's also some charts here to see different weighting curves and all this kind of stuff that belongs in the user guide and not in a video like this. Anyways, I really like this new update to VUMT and VUMT Deluxe. Klanghelm does some great plugins, and I'm so happy that these are affordable and so easy to use and to learn. To find out more about these plugins and try them out for yourself, visit klanghelm.com. Thanks a lot for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter. If you enjoyed these videos, please support me with Patreon, patreon.com/reaperblog, and visit reaperblog.net for a lot more tutorials.